Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something a bit different. Not just a story really, but more like a digital puzzle, an enigma that totally gripped online communities. If you're into those unsettling internet rabbit holes, strange cases, mysteries that just stick around, then this one about the video known as 11BX1371 is definitely for you. This thing caused a massive stir online. It wasn't just some random creepy clip. It had other names too, but the buzz was intense. People were desperate to figure out where it came from, and honestly, what terrifying message it was trying to send.
Absolutely. And what really stands out is just how hard people work to decode it. It really taps into that human need, doesn't it? Yeah. To find meaning, especially when something feels deliberately hidden, deliberately mysterious.
Okay, so let's trace it back. How did this thing even surface? The first time it popped up online seems to be May 9th, 2015. An anonymous user on 4chan, which is often ground zero for this kind of stuff, claimed they found it on a CD.
Yeah.
Just left on a park bench.
Right, just sitting there, which already sounds like the start of a creepy movie plot.
Exactly. And then, the very same day, it gets uploaded to YouTube, user named AEBX. And the title was in binary code.
Which translated to?
Morte. Death. Chillin' stuff. Now, it's pretty likely AEBX was the same person from 4chan, but we don't know for sure. Then, skip forward a few months, September 30th, same video, re-uploaded by someone called Parker Wright. And that's when it got the name everyone knows, 11BX1371. That's when it really took off.
So multiple uploads, different names, already confusing.
But it gets weirder. There's this other piece, a physical piece, about a month before a big YouTube channel called Rainbot covered it, bringing it loads of attention. A guy named Johnny from a Swedish tech company, gadgets.com, he posted something. Said he got this weird package in the mail.
A physical package?
Yeah. Addressed specifically to him at his work P.O. box. Yeah. Inside, a CD with strange code scribbled on it, and the postage stamp, Poland.
Poland. Okay, that adds a whole international layer. Suddenly it's not just some internet thing, it's crossing borders physically.
Totally. It just intensified everything. This wasn't just random anymore.
And that's key, isn't it? The way it appeared, this park bench CD, the targeted mailing from another country, it felt deliberate, like a performance piece almost. It made it seem less like someone just uploading a video and more like a calculated puzzle being laid out.
Yeah, like breadcrumbs.
Exactly. And with all the re-uploads and spoofs flying around, trying to figure out what was original became a huge challenge for people trying to solve it. It almost feels like an ARG, an alternate reality game, intentionally mysterious.
So as this thing spread, people weren't just watching. They were digging in, analyzing every frame, every sound, hunting for hidden clues. And the stuff they started finding, well, it got genuinely disturbing, took the mystery down a much darker path.
The audio was one of the first big finds, right?
They ran the audio through a spectrogram, that tool that finds images hidden in sound.
Common in these online mysteries.
And it revealed these images, really unsettling ones. They appear to be several shots of women being tortured.
Wow, okay. That's intense.
Right. And alongside those images, text messages hidden in the sound too. You are already dead. And we are antivirus.
We are antivirus. That's a strange one.
Very. And think about the effort hiding something so grim in the audio itself. But wait, there's more. Even the DVD menu audio, when put through a spectrogram, it also produced some kind of cryptic image in the background.
So every element was potentially loaded with hidden meaning?
Seems like it. And then there were codes embedded in the video frames too. Morse code, specifically.
Okay, what did that say?
It translated to red lips like 10th, which is weird enough on its own.
Red lips like 10th doesn't immediately mean anything obvious.
No, but it was paired with something else. Specific geographical coordinates.
Coordinates for where?
The White House.
Oh, okay. That changes things significantly.
You bet it does. Because then this anagram theory exploded online. Red lips like 10th.
Let me guess. Rearrange the letters.
And you can kill the president.
Wow, okay. Paired with White House coordinates. Yeah, you can see why people jump to a very specific, very alarming conclusion.
Absolutely. The leap to it being some kind of threat felt almost inevitable at that point.
And that really highlights the sophistication here. It wasn't just random creepy images, it was layers. Morse code, spectrograms, anagrams. It suggests someone, or maybe a group, put a lot of thought and technical skill into this. It wasn't just thrown together. It feels very calculated.
Like a digital performance piece, like you said.
Exactly, designed to provoke a reaction. And apparently people were still finding other codes too, suggesting it might have been even deeper.
So with all these disturbing clues piling up the images, the codes, the potential threat, the internet did what it does best. It theorized wildly. Everyone wanted to know, what is this thing? Who made it? Why? Let's walk through some of the main theories and why they mostly fell apart.
Okay, let's hear them.
First big one, the serial killer theory. Given those horrific spectrogram images, people immediately thought maybe this is a killer taunting everyone, like Zodiac, but digital.
A terrifying thought, understandable given the images.
Yeah, but thankfully that got debunked. Pretty conclusively, actually. All those images, they were traced.
To where?
Known sources.
Yeah.
One was from a horror film, Bunny Game. Another from a German horror movie called Slasher. And one was actually a known photo of a victim of the Boston Strangler.
Oh, wow. Okay, so disturbing, yes, but not original footage from an unknown killer.
Right. Even the image from the menu spectrogram was sourced. So relief in a way, but still deeply unsettling that someone would use that material.
Yeah, the sourcing changes the what, but not the initial shock or the question of why use those specific images. The impact was still there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, next theory. The terrorist theory. This came directly from the kill the president anagram and the White House coordinates.
Oh.
Seemed logical, right?
On the surface, yes. A direct threat.
But the argument against it was pretty strong. The video was just too weird, too cryptic and confusing.
Not the usual MO.
Exactly. Terrorist groups usually want their message to be clear, impactful, to spread fear effectively. This is a riddle, not a declaration. It didn't fit.
Makes sense. Too much effort for an unclear message if terrorism was the goal.
Then there was the anonymous theory, the hacktivist group. That we are antivirus message made some people think of them.
Like Anonymous positioning themselves as an antivirus against, say, ISIS.
Right.
Especially after the Paris attacks.
That was the idea. But couple of problems. First, 11BX1371 existed before the Paris attacks. Months before.
Okay, so the timing's off for that specific interpretation.
Right. And also, again, the style just doesn't match Anonymous. They usually go for direct action, clear statements, public impact, not really intricate, obscure video puzzle.
True, their methods are generally much more overt.
Okay, last big one, the PR stunt theory. This one got a lot of traction. People thought it was viral marketing.
For what?
Two main candidates. The 2016 movie Inferno, the Dan Brown adaptation. It has plague themes, and a character wears a mask kind of like the figure in the video, a plague doctor mask.
Okay, I can see the connection there.
And the other was the TV show 12 Monkeys. Also plague themes, also a plague doctor character.
So, thematic overlaps. But why is that unlikely?
Well, a few reasons. First, what legitimate company wants to be associated with a video that seems to threaten the U.S. president? The backlash would be immense.
Good point. Very risky.
And second, they wouldn't usually use copyrighted images from other movies and sources for their own campaign. That's just asking for legal trouble. Think about actual viral marketing, like for Devil's Due or the Carrie remake. They're usually much clearer, safer, and directly tied to the product. This video was none of those things.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the standard playbook for viral marketing at all. Too ambiguous, too potentially damaging.
Exactly.
So looking back at all these theories, serial killer, terrorist, anonymous, PR stunt, they all seem compelling for a moment, but they unravel under scrutiny. Each debunking just seemed to make the whole thing more mysterious, didn't it? Because if it wasn't any of those things, what was it?
Precisely. And adding to the confusion, the people initially suspected, Johnny from Gadgets.com, AEBX, Parker Wright, they all denied making it.
And the filming location was confirmed as Poland, right? Which lines up with Johnny's package story.
Yeah, that bit actually checked out, but it didn't really solve the core mystery.
Yeah.
So where does that leave us? After all the dead ends, what's the most likely explanation for this whole thing? Well, the idea that it's just an art project comes up, and it's, possible. But a lot of people feel it's unlikely.
Why unlikely if it's not the other thing?
Just the sheer amount of cryptic stuff packed into it. It feels like more than just abstract expression. It was clearly trying to communicate something about death and decay, and it did it in a really complex way.
Right, it wasn't just random imagery. There was intent there.
And the distribution method. Why mail it specifically to a small tech company in Sweden? Why leave it on a park bench? For a student art project, that kind of elaborate, multi-pronged release strategy, it just doesn't really track. It feels too deliberate, too targeted.
Yeah, the motivation doesn't quite line up for just a simple art piece.
Which brings us to what most people seem to land on as the most compelling idea.
Which is?
That the video was put together very carefully by one person, or maybe a small team, who just wanted to create a massive buzz online.
To go viral, essentially,
Yeah.
but in a very elaborate way.
Exactly. We've seen it happen, right? Creepy, cryptic videos can absolutely explode online. And for the creators, seeing that huge reaction, the speculation, the analysis, that could be, well, pretty rewarding in itself.
A kind of digital performance art where the audience's reaction is part of the art.
Yeah. But these weren't just pranksters. This wasn't lazy trolling, just mashing up creepy clips. The effort involved here was significant. You have to admire the craft, honestly, even if the content is disturbing.
That's a really important distinction. This stands out because it was so meticulously constructed. The technical skill, the layers of encoding, it suggests real dedication. But it also raises questions, doesn't it? When you put something out there that includes things like White House coordinates and potential threats, even hidden ones, there's an ethical dimension too.
That's a great point. Where's the line between a complex internet puzzle and something genuinely irresponsible or dangerous?
Exactly. It plays with that blurred line between online fiction and perceived reality. A puzzle can easily be misinterpreted, especially when it taps into real-world fears. The creators were definitely skilled at using the psychology of online mystery, but that skill comes with a certain power and maybe responsibility.
So that brings our deep dive into 11BX1371 pretty much to a close, from that CD on a park bench to a worldwide internet obsession. We've gone through the codes, the images, the theories, and we're still left kind of wondering. It really makes you think, doesn't it, about how these anonymous online creations can just capture the imagination, create fear, create mystery, even when we never find out the why. What does it say about us, our fascination with fear, with puzzles, with the unknown corners of the internet? How much of the mystery do we end up creating ourselves just by looking for answers? Something to chew on. Anyway, if you want to explore more of these kinds of unsettling stories, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Horror Docs. We've got more deep dives coming. Thanks so much for joining us for this one. It was a weird one. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and maybe don't pick up strange CDs in parks.
Good advice. Catch you later.